everybody. It's Positive Tuesday today, January 10th, 2023. We have lots to get to today, including some recent articles or press releases, structure fire in Turtle Lake results in fatality, a bus-carrying college wrestling team catches fire on 53. I can't wait to hear more about that. A new school liaison position for Chautauqua School District. I believe that was in partnership with you, Fitzy. That's, I think, newly created. We had that up. If we have time, we're going to get to some Dryden Wire recap numbers. That may have to just wait till next week because we have a lot to get to, including we actually have a big announcement. Spoon and Block Party. We'll get to that in a few minutes. No kidding. Just found out about last night. I don't have a ton of the information, and now I think about it, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to bring it up on today's show or next week's show, but, you know, it's not a Ben and Fitzy show if one of us doesn't get in trouble by the end. But first, for Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald, I'm Ben Dryden, and of course you're watching Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy, presented by Professional Exteriors and Interiors. With nearly 20 years of experience, this locally owned and operated business provides quality work both on the outside and on the inside of your home or business. Like Fitzy and I, they believe that it's the little things that make a big difference, so give Brian a call today. The number's right there on the screen, 715-520-2271. Fitzy, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. So you and I have been kind of working on getting your audio and your video to be a little bit better. We think that's getting better, but I don't know if anybody else can hear it. Like you can hear it, I guess on your end, but I hear this like humming noise. So if anyone else is hearing that, just let us know, because maybe it's something on my end. But and now you're getting fuzzy. We're never gonna get this right.
We got the audio. I'm supposedly sound better. I don't know if that's possible, but then I need to look better. And then IT is working on that. There's some kind of thing. Sounds like an ocean. There, see, it's peaceful. It's better if it's peaceful in the morning.
Oh, I love it. Yep. So see, you're buzzed. See, it does sound like that. The humming is there. Dirk had said, yep, the humming is there. Oh, and good morning. Oh, Amy Greenfield is the one that I'll be bringing up here in a few minutes. But first, as always, our positive things going on. You were off last week. Thank you so much, Dirk, for filling in. Learned a lot about Dirk. That's awesome. Yeah, little humming in the background. Yeah, you know what? We'll get it figured out.
I got a new system here, so we're trying to.
Yeah, so far, it's not going great.
We played with it all day yesterday, hoping to solve some of these. IT was here a couple times yesterday, helping me get my new computer set up. So anyway, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Just be patient with us.
Yeah.
You'll
get 52 weeks of us. Don't worry, we'll fix it by the end of the year.
Right. And then we'll just stop doing the show once it's finished. All right. So because you were off last couple weeks, we always like to start with something positive going on in our lives. So what's positive in your life?
A great start to 2023. Not much going on. I worked New Year's Eve, and we were off. We did a hiring process. Watched some hockey. My daughter was home. She started a new job at Eau Claire. So we're all good. Everybody's got a great start to 2023. Hope your 2023 is off to a really great start.
Where is she working in Eau Claire? I mean, not to be specific, but what field?
Nursing.
Good for her.
Yeah. She's finishing her nursing degree in Eau Claire. She's got a CNA job at a newer nursing home there. So I think she started today actually there.
Wow! So, congratulations.
Yeah, way to go, Emma. Way to get a job.
Yeah, way to get a job. Way to contribute to life. Outstanding. That's right. So my positive is I don't know if you watched the the game last night.
Yeah.
But we did our predictions a couple weeks ago, and I said Georgia was going to win it and win it all. Yeah. And wow, did they smoke TCU? Yeah. I mean, that was.
We should have took the over.
Yeah, no, right. We should have. But you know what? We really need to start putting money on this. Because I'm going to be able to send one of my kids through like the first semester of college if we actually started putting money on all of our bets.
I suck at betting. Yeah.
Right. Good thing you're not a gambling addict, because you wouldn't do very well, I don't think.
I need the sheriff job to support my addict.
I guess I'll stay a sheriff for a while.
I guess so.
All right, something new that we're starting. So usually we do after kind of a little chit chat, but new for this year, we're going to do something before we get to the press releases and articles. Is a segment we're just going to call Quick Hits. This is for announcements. If you have any announcements or shout outs for anyone this is the time to do it, and I will have some as well. So do you have any for our first little segment here? Any shout-outs or announcements?
Yeah, I wanted just to go shout out Chief Al Gabi from the Turtle Lake Police Department, retired after his great career. He's been an ally to the Sheriff's Department, to me, and he's been an awesome asset for the Turtle Lake and Alameda community. So congratulations to Al. Enjoy your retirement. I actually saw him last night at the fire. He's still in the fire department, so he hasn't given up the red lights quite yet. He's just gave up for law enforcement and that. So congratulations, Al.
Yeah, no kidding. He's always been great to me personally and professionally. I don't know very well, but enough to know that dude's a solid dude, both as a human and as a chief and a cop, man. He's a cop's cop. So, yeah, and it's congratulations, but also, man, we keep, having, you're right. So it's about good news. What is he, do you know what he's doing now?
I don't think he's going to do much.
Good for him.
He'll be plenty busy. He's got a man of many talents, so he can do just about anything.
Good. Maybe he can work for Dryden Wire, and maybe he can work for your personal IT team and come and get your stuff. So we have a big announcement, and actually, so here's another announcement for the show, and that is we're going to have our first ever commercial. So in the past, I would used to just put like a logo up, and then I would just read, something like industrial safety or something. But decided this year we wanted to test out a commercial. It's only 15 seconds long because I think, anything after 15 seconds, people just stop paying attention. So that will be coming up in a minute, and I think it's like the ghost of Mike Schaefer that's going to haunt us forever. So I'm totally regretting doing this. But right. Actually, the announcement of...
We've got to be nice to him.
Well, we don't have to, but yeah, we probably should. But the big announcement is Spooner Block Party. Amy Greenfield, who I just saw in the comments on a little earlier, she sent a text last night, and I had a quick conversation with her. Spooner Block Party you and I went to last year. It was great. I mean, we were in the VIP section, right? We're royalty over there. We're looking down upon the peasants, the village people.
Wait till next year. I have a feeling Amy can set us up. That's just fun.
Yeah, so we liked that last year, and we get that, Sharon. We're trying to get it fixed. We are having some audio issues on this side. We'll get it all taken care of, so just bear with us for the show. But Sharon's not very happy with it. And who's Sharon, Fitzy? I know another Sharon. That
cooking court.
You're cooking courts. Yeah. So anyway, so the Spooner Block Party, they're going to have a new name, new logo, new mission and vision, and hopefully, Amy, it's okay that we're talking about it this week because I didn't really specify this week, next week, because this isn't public yet. We're breaking news right here on the Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy show. But first, see, that's a little tease there. Before we get into that, here's a quick word from our new commercial sponsor. We're back in 15 seconds.
In our patient satisfaction surveys and in conversations with patients, they appreciate the fact that staff got to know them. Staff really took their preferences into account, and they just feel grateful that they are being cared for as a person.
To learn more about our services, visit spoonerhealth.com.
Check that out.
Wow, we are fancy in 2020.
I know, no, but the best here, man.
Mike Schaefer's carrying us, so we gotta fix that.
I think. Well, he told me the other day that the IQ goes up on every time he comes on the show. Oh. So I think just by having him on just for a commercial, then that's gonna, help us out every week. So there we go, and we'll start having a lot more fun with that. Yep, he'll be haunting us every week, Mike. I tell you. And thanks a lot to Michelle Martin. She's works for Spooner Health now. She was the tourism director and did a phenomenal job in Washburn County. But now she's with Mike in Spooner Health as our advertising and marketing person. She's doing a great job. She's the one that put that all together. So thank you for her. So, look at this. We're announcing everything as you speak. That's from Amy.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. We better make something else.
I should have gotten my dress sweatshirt on this morning. Boy, yeah. All right, so I think I wrote down some of the text or I sent it to myself. So yeah, Amy Greenfield, she's the event manager who's a great human being and just a brilliant event manager. She's totally in her element. She had text last night and said we wanted to become a charitable event. This is regarding Spooner Block Party, and give back to those that have given so much to us. So we changed our name, our mission, and vision. We feel really good about our message and having a party of freedom. So I went onto their website this morning. I think someone actually just put in the link in the comments, and right on there it says, we strive to be Northwest Wisconsin's largest charity event focused on giving back to the regional military, law enforcement, firefighters, and EMS teams. Our festival's mission is to promote the awareness and appreciation for our right to be free and safe because of the sacrifices of our military, law enforcement, firefighters, and EMS teams through the medium of rock and country music performances. So there is their brand new logo. It is no longer the Spooner Block Party. It is now the Freedom Music Fest. And that will still be at the same location, I believe, for now. I mean, I think at some point, if they keep growing as much as they are, which I anticipate they will, maybe they'll have to find another spot at some point, somewhere around here, that could seat more people. Because you and I last year, we were there, and it wasn't like packed, like uncomfortable, way too many people, but there's a lot of people there. So I believe it's still at the fairgrounds, July 1st. But yep. So there's a new name, new logo, Freedom Music Fest. Amy then texted, you said check out their website, which again is freedommusicfestwy.com. Somebody put that in the comments. She says, I feel really good about our mission and vision. So many incredible people will benefit from this event. And as a reminder, this year's artists are G.B. Layton, Blackhawk, and 38 Special. Tickets on sale now, freedommusicfestwy.com. So there you go, man.
Put us down. Maybe we'll do the show live for a couple of days right from there. We'll build it up.
Yeah, I'll bring the microphones and camera.
No, I'll bring mine. I'm playing with it so I sound better at my headphones, so maybe I fix something.
Well, that's all. As long as it sounds good to you, man. Who cares about anyone else?
As long as I sound good in my own head, I'm good. No, congratulations to them. A lot of work goes into that, and I said that last year. Amy and her team, and I know she gives credit to everybody else, but she's a leader in that group. Obviously, having put that thing on there, I know she's a great community supporter. These guys are awesome. I mean, it takes a village to do something like this, and to change it is a big deal. It's a lot of work that goes into it, and it's just awesome. They're going to support something true to you and I, law enforcement, EMS, fire, and our military. And it's no better chance to do that than the 4th of July, and I think they got a great name. It's awesome. This is the first I heard about it, so this is great.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you before the show. So you were even finding out live on our own show.
Right,
what's going on?
Yeah, my phone is ringing. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, no, so it's awesome.
Yeah, and we'll have more information when we get more information. I think she sent something even a little later this morning, but I didn't get time to look through it all. And I'm assuming there's going to be an announcement. We'll put it on our website at DrydenWire.com at some point. I'm assuming this week. But at some point when that comes out, we'll put it out. There'll be more information. But as of right now, I believe that website is live. You can just go there and find out more. So, yeah, looking forward to learning more. And we'll see if Amy can come on at some show in the future and kind of walk us through some other things. Again, I'm assuming we'll do like last year, do some ticket giveaways. You and I will be there. Last year, you and your wife and my wife and I, we all went there. It was great time. So can't wait to learn a lot more about this.
And buy your tickets now. I mean, you got to go on their website, and she'll take good care of us.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah. Instead of a VIP ticket, just get them a new microphone. That's all you need to do.
I got a new microphone.
I know, but we just got to figure out how to use it now and get it connected.
Look at I'm almost clear.
Look at that. See, it's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
So,
awesome.
No, thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, and thanks for letting us break that, actually.
Yeah.
Right? Sweet.
We're going to be, you get like 5 million hits now on your...
Well, duh. Yeah. Now that we will. All right, so let's move on. We could talk about this all day, but we have 3. These are the press releases or articles that are in regards to Barron County. And the first one, put this in order. This just happened last night. I got a press release. I think it was sent out like at 11:30 at night, so I saw it early this morning when I got up, and I put it on our website. The headline we had was Structure Fire in Turtle Lake Results in Fatality. That was from the Turtle Lake Fire Department. They sent that. I don't know if you're going to be doing a press release as well, but it references the Barron County Sheriff's Office was, a part of it and helping investigating. What can you tell us about that?
I can tell you that there will be a press release this morning. As soon as we get done here, the draft is being checked by our team of investigators working on this case. Basically, we had a tragedy last night in Barron County. just outside Turtle Lake. We got about a 50, I believe he's 57. I'm confirming the age. A year-old male was found deceased in a house that was on fire. His wife was able to get out of that house, and it was just it's a tragedy. No foul play is suspected. It was just, I don't know how the origin of the fire yet. We don't know any of that. We're working with DCI, a criminal investigation right now. They come up just, and we have DCI involved. It's not because we think there's any.
Yeah, I was literally just going to ask, like, why would DCI be involved in a no foul play suspected structure fire that results in a death?
It's a fire origin, and it's just to make sure that we've covered all the bases, because once you release that scene, then you lose any evidence. And while we don't suspect anything, we want to gather as much as we can while that scene is still our scene, and then we kind of can go from there. It's an origin thing. We want to get answers to families, and they help us get answers to families if they can. I mean, fire origins are hard to determine. We believe we know where this one started. I don't know that we know why yet, but they'll get to that. But again, our hearts are out to the family of that person, and more information will come out as we learn that.
And by the way, we should have someone from DCI. I don't know if they're able to have someone from DCI, but man, they're legit, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, that's my understanding.
Yeah.
Obviously, at this point now, I just pretty much said that they are. So if you say not, then they're not going to be very happy with you. But my understanding is like they are an invaluable resource.
No, I mean, and it's really special. Today is the 4-year anniversary of Virginia Claus case, and her escaping and her rescuing herself, and that was 4 years ago today. And DCI was a huge part of that case, along with the FBI and our own team here at Barron County. And our thoughts go out to the Claus family today on this very happy day. And we don't talk a lot about that. We don't need to talk a lot about it then, but a lot of work went into that case, and a lot of time and effort. And we learned a lot from a 13-year-old girl who's now going to be almost 18. And it's special for us. Today is a very special day for us. And it's something that we learn to never give up hope, and that's what we do today. And it's people like Amy and Alyssa and that group that help us and support that mission of law enforcement. Our volunteer firemen are a godsend. I mean, last night them guys worked and girls worked unbelievably at that fire scene, and that's what Amy and Alyssa and her team are doing is trying to just make sure everybody realizes how important our military is, how important our law enforcement, our EMS, and our fire are. And we tie it all back together in Northwest Wisconsin. We do what it takes to get the job done, and they did all they could last night.
One of the parts that I found interesting when I was reading that press release that we put up this morning from the Turtle Lake Fire Department was that when they initially went in, the firefighters had to come back out due to the severe heat. And my first thought was, but you're firefighters. Isn't that kind of your job to go in when it's hot? But then I was thinking, man, that must have been, I don't know how that works, but it was so hot that they couldn't even be in there.
Yeah, I mean, and you try to go in when we knew someone, we believe someone was in there. We had our cops were taking the exterior while they were doing the interior search, make sure he didn't get out a window and crawl in the snow. And, so we do an exterior search while they do an interior search. And everybody wants to go in. It's just that heat, that smoke you just can't run into a dark building and not know what's in front of you. We got fire in the roof and fire. I mean, when I got there last night, and I'm the last person to be called, it takes me the longest to get from Rice Lake to Turtle Lake, and the fire's still going. It's a bad thing.
Yeah, well, I echo what you said. Our thoughts and our prayers are certainly with the family. It's a tough situation all around. I'm glad that I believe there's another person that was identified as a female that was in the house that got out. I don't know if there were other people in there, so thank the Lord for that. And, thank you for our firefighters for continuing to put their lives at risk to try to save all of us and to keep us safe. I've said this many times in the show. I don't know, even more than cops, I don't know why anyone would be a firefighter. It just blows my mind. Like, they run into a fire. Who does that? It's ridiculous. That shouldn't even be a thing. Their brains are just wired differently, man, and we have so much respect for them.
And they're volunteer firemen.
I know.
They get paid like $8 an hour.
My goodness.
It's stupid.
All right, so we'll move on to the next one. It is stupid. I mean, it's stupid awesome, but so stupid.
Yeah, right.
Right. Our headline was bus carrying college wrestling team catches fire on Highway 53. You know what? I think it should have been no, that's right. That's grammatically correct. So, yeah, and something about you guys giving them treats or something. I didn't really even fully understand the press release when you said it out. I think I even had to call you. I'm like, so what happened? So what happened?
So this college wrestling team from the college Milwaukee School of Engineering was up in northern Minnesota. Had a wrestling meet. They were coming home. They stopped for some lunch in Superior, I believe it was. So they were going back to Milwaukee. They get to between the Barron and right at the Barron exit on Highway 53, and they hear a large noise, and they thought it was maybe like ice in the tires, and all of a sudden flames started shooting out of the back of the bus. They literally pulled over. They all ran off the bus, and the bus was fully engulfed within seconds. I mean, they got out with whatever. Some people didn't have shoes on. They had the phones in the hands. It's not like they could get their belongings, put them in a bag, and get off the bus. It was now very scary situation. 0 injuries. The kids did great. They're not kids. They're college.
They're kids. Anyone younger than 30 is a kid.
Right, they're kids. But they got off, so we gave them jail shoes. We brought them all here to the
Jail shoe. Got them some nice orange jumpsuits. Keep them warm.
Well, we got them blankets, and the jail brought on some snack packs. And they sat here while their other bus came from Milwaukee to pick them up and take them back.
Holy cow.
They until like 6 in the morning. Got a couple calls for some parents saying thanks for taking care of their kids. But it's special. They'll never remember it, but they lost everything. The bus, total loss to the bus.
Well, I think they're going to remember this.
They will remember it. They lost their phone. They had their phones, so they would all be able to call their family. But they lost computers and iPads, and then they thought, our car keys, and they started to remember all that stuff that you lose in a fire. That's when people need help. When a house burns and people, we do an awesome job of helping each other and supporting each other here. We're doing that. So we continue to do that. They continue to get everything they need when people have house fires, and the community supports them. And these guys will never forget that. So
yeah, that is true. You always think of just about either A, is there a loss of life, or B, the loss of the actual structure, if we're talking about like a house fire, for example. Right. But it's not just the structure. It's I don't even have a change of underwear, right? Because that's gone, and I don't have a cord to charge my phone, or maybe my phone's gone, my computer, my life, everything is. And how do you replace that? That's got to take months or years to get that all replaced. You're right. We don't often think about that.
And that's tough. And so, but they did great. The kids are awesome. The coach was awesome. They had his little son with them. I mean, they had one shoe on some of these people. I mean, they were on a bus going for 5 hours. They had their shoes off. They were sitting there relaxing, or sleeping, whatever.
Yeah.
They were doing.
When they're all hanging out at the sheriff's office waiting for the other bus, were they able to take dispatch calls?
We put them to work. We had put them to work. No, we got them TV and snack packs and.
All right. All right, so the last thing that we had up here is our headline was Sheriff Fitzgerald announces new school liaison position for Chetek School District. And a side note, it took me like 8 tries to figure out how to spell liaison.
Yeah.
That's a weird word. So I have actually some questions about that. So we had that press release, and I can't remember the person's name now. Who was it that is the person doing this?
Eric Sedani.
What was it?
Eric Sedani.
Oh, okay. But my question, and I wanted to wait for the show to actually ask you this, is it was a partnership between the Barron County Sheriff's Office and the Chetek Weyerhaeuser School District. But doesn't Chetek have a police department? And isn't this typically the school liaison for a school district? Would be like if we had Dave Wilson. If there's a school liaison officer in Shell Lake, wouldn't that usually fall under the umbrella of the city, the municipality, the police department? Or is it kind of varies? Because that was part stood out to me. Why is the sheriff's office having this position for one city?
Sure. To some degree, it's somewhat strange. We do it a little bit different. The sheriff's department, there's 7 school districts in Barron County. 5 of them fall are under school liaison officers with the sheriff's department. I think it has to do with staffing of these municipalities. I've worked with Chief Andrewsitis, who's a great chief in Chetek. It has to do with staffing. It has to do with time. It has to do with capabilities and just a call volume and of the Chetek warehouse or school district encompasses a large area. So most of those calls are happening if it involves your home life, happens outside the city of Chetek. So then they're investigating things outside of their jurisdiction. So there's a lot of things that go into play, but a lot of it was just staffing, costs, some different things that we can absorb that other people can't. But yeah,
and out of curiosity, and I don't know if I think this is something you'd be able to answer, but who pays for this? Or was there no cost? It's like, no, we have like an extra person or something that we can do. Because I'm assuming this is a full-time position, right? So is this like a taxpayer thing, or does it come out of like the sheriff's budget? And again, I don't know if you're able to answer any of this, but does it come out of the sheriff's budget, the school budget, or is it like kind of shared?
It's shared, 100% shared.
Okay.
It's they're covering the school year. We're covering the summer hours of a full-time person. We've actually hired a new person to replace Eric on the bottom end.
Okay.
Yeah, now look at yeah.
Oh, yeah, see? And wow, and she spelled liaison right. First try. Good job, Amanda. And now I know how to spell it. I forgot about that. You were the school liaison. I'm assuming like the school liaison position has a special place in your heart.
Yeah, oh, very much so. And I just think they're important positions in a school district. And Chetek was the last school to not have one. I worked with Superintendent Johnson on many projects, and we got this off the ground finally. He's been working for a long time on this. The Chetek area school district, Chetek warehouse or school district has been working a long time on this. So we're very excited about that. Yeah, it's going to be an awesome position. They're there to be a resource to students and staff. He's had a great first week. This was the last school to not have a minimum of a part-time person. But we covered Turtle Lake, New Auburn, Prairie Farm, Barron, Cameron, and now Chetek school district.
That has to be challenging for that person, because I'm assuming if it's just one for the school, they do elementary, middle, and high school. I mean, that's a wide age range. I mean, from 8-year-olds to 18-year-olds, and how you address them and how you interact with them. You kind of have to be a chameleon, right, to kind of adjust to each elementary, middle, or high school age students.
Yeah, when the high school kids beat you down, you go into the elementary school, get hugs from those kids because they think you're cool, and then you go back and get beat up again, and then it's just a cycle of life.
Yeah, totally get it. So we had a weather update. I'll put that up because I told Dirk last week that we're going to try to stick to 30 minutes for a show. So at 8:55, just go ahead and put it in, then we'll know to wrap it up. But first, I forgot, I put this up. Dad, so obviously Dad, this is a Vietnam War veteran, law enforcement for almost 4 decades, sheriff for nearly 3 decades, and he even said he'd never be a fireman. It takes guts for sure. So that's saying something.
Right.
When even he says, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that job.
I wouldn't want to be a fireman either. I mean, they're awesome. So
100%.
It is a little slippery out there. I will say on the way here, I was coming from another meeting. We've had 3 crashes already today. There's a light rain or fog out there, like Dirk is saying, and it's freezing. So there's a couple of slippery spots out there. So I want everybody to remind everybody to drive safe out there because there is some slip spots. We've had a few accidents this morning.
Really? I haven't been out this morning.
Well, it's like a fog, mist, rain. You got to have your windshield wipers on, and that's just hitting some freezing spots in the road. I'm looking right now to see there's still a couple injury accidents. We had 1 injury accident.
Hey, whatever you're touching, I think is making the humming noise.
That's my screen. Well, I have my live up. I wonder if I could shut this down if it would help.
I don't know. So, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Is there anything else that you wanted to make sure that we talked about that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
Yeah, we can talk about your numbers. We'll talk about that next week. But,
Sure.
Dryden Wire should be, it's pretty awesome that you let us be part of your day. You reach a lot of people. And those numbers, if you hadn't seen that article on Dryden Wire, it's pretty impressive. The number of numbers that you reach every day with the news that you put out there, whether it be a live show like this. And I think you said we did 45 of these last year.
Yeah, and that we went to YouTube, and I thought we did 48, so maybe I just didn't load some, but I thought I did. But anyway, that's a lot of freaking shows. Yeah, and just for these, we did 120 total, but 45 just for our shows.
Yeah, so I know I'm carrying Dryden Wire.
Oh, duh. You and of course Mike favorite, of course.
Mike favorite, yeah. And then when you add Dave Wilson and then Dirk Miller now, so what, So but we want to keep these at 30 minutes. But I just can't thank DrydenWire enough for getting the information out to people on a moment's notice. It means a lot to the people of your 6 counties that you covered. And it means a lot to the sheriff's department when you put that out there, our news articles, and it keeps people informed. The transparency that we have here at the sheriff's department, you will also have at DrydenWire. Read that article. The number of people that touch DrydenWire to get their information is unbelievable. So, obviously your advertising costs will go up. Like Schaefer,
Yeah, his is going up by far.
Yeah, his is going up.
Yeah, definitely.
You just can't have a commercial on the top-rated internet show. So hopefully he's in a meeting.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Seriously, thank you very much, man. Little things make a big difference, and hearing stuff like that from someone I respect as much as I do you, that means a lot to me. So thank you very much.
We'll work on 2023 of getting this better. We're working on...
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll get the audio and the video. Now, well, see, the nice thing is now that we're doing it live like this, because we did some tests yesterday to try to get this fixed, we couldn't really kind of figure some things out. Now you're at least your IT team. You can say, hey, go watch the show, and now you'll be able to see and hear everything that the issue was. So, fix it.
Fix it.
Fix it.
Fix it. So I'll send this out to the IT guys right away. I appreciate it. So
good. That means, hey, we get more viewers. All right. Have them all watch it. What do you have coming up this week?
I don't really know. A couple meetings yet today. Hopefully, we're putting our stats together for 2023.
Ooh, I love going through those.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have it out by next week. I'm not 100% sure we'll have it complete done, but we'll talk more about your stats and my stats next week. Hopefully
that'll be fun.
Press releases in between there and there.
Yeah, try not to have too many of those. Like, just don't arrest anyone for the week, or just tell all your cops, stop arresting people for marijuana. How about that?
That's right. We need Ben back on the show. What's his name? Ben
Sumi, which I don't know. I don't know if that was like a made-up name or what. I don't think it was, but yeah, I forgot about him. I don't know what happened. He probably got arrested for marijuana possession.
He didn't. We're not saying that.
All right. Well, and I have a show coming up Thursday with, I know, Dad. Even Dad said, fix it. See?
Yeah, we're working on it.
You were working on it. I have a show with Tom Tiffany for our monthly chat this Thursday, so that'll be interesting after the speaker vote and that stuff happened last week. So I wasn't even sure. I even had to call him and say, so are we actually going to do a show if this doesn't get resolved with the Mike McCarthy, the whatever? And he goes, yeah, we're doing a show no matter what. I'm like, okay. So now that's, so this will be a fun show. And,
all right.
Yeah, cool. And that's all I have.
Wait, I got some buttons. Does that sound any better?
Nope.
Does that sound any better?
Nope.
That sounds worse. Does that sound any better?
It actually, you said it worse, but it didn't change on our end. It still sounded not great.
It changes in my earphones, so we'll have to figure it out. Maybe we won't use this, but it's cool looking, so let's take a review.
Oh, there's your problem right there. You didn't actually, when you signed in, you didn't select the Blue Yeti microphone because that you're still getting picked up from your webcam. I don't know why we're doing nobody, just turn this off. Like, you don't have to watch this at this point. The show is over. We're just doing some live IT testing right now. Yep, no, that's not, it's not right. No, you can hear it in your headphones because that's plugged, your headphones are plugged into that microphone. But actually, when you went to log in, you didn't select the Blue Yeti, so it's still picking up the audio from your webcam.
Oh, but it changes.
But you're only hearing the change, right? It's actually, so, yeah, the microphone, it's not even, nobody can hear your voice through that microphone. They can just hear it through whatever else you're using, your computer, something. Yeah. Oh, I kept saying Mike McCarthy. Yeah, I know. It's not Mike McCarthy. Did I say Mike McCarthy again? I always say Mike McCarthy. It's not Mike McCarthy. It's Kevin McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy.
I said that on with Tom Tiffany for the last two shows. I kept saying Mike McCarthy. He goes, well, I just want to point out real quick that, the former Packer coach is not looking to be the next Speaker of the House. And
maybe he should be.
Maybe he should be. No kidding. So that'll be going there. All right, man. Well, cool. Well, we'll get this stuff fixed, hopefully. And thanks again for coming to the show. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And, well, you know what? Should we run that commercial one more time?
Let's do it.
You know what? I should just charge them.
Every time we play.
Right, and then we'll just spam that like every 5 minutes.
In our patient satisfaction surveys and in conversations with patients, they appreciate the fact that staff got to know them. Staff really took their preferences into account, and they just feel grateful that they are being cared for as a person.
To learn more about our services, visit SpoonerHealth.com.
The ghost of Mike Schaefer.
Mike McCarthy.
Mike Kevin
All right,
Schaefer.
we're done.
All right. For Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald, I'm Ben Dryden, and you've been watching Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy, presented by Professional Exteriors and Interiors. With nearly 20 years experience, this locally owned and operated business provides quality work both on the outside and on the inside of your home or business. So give them a call today, 715-520-2271. Reminder, I'll see all of you this Thursday morning when I'll be chatting with Congressman Tom Tiffany to discuss the debacle, I think, of the speaker vote last week. That's live at 8:30 Central Standard Time right here on our Facebook page. Fitzy and I will see you right back here next week for our latest episode of Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy. Hopefully we'll be going over some Dryden Wire numbers, but even more fun, going over 2022 recap numbers from the Sheriff's Office. I love doing that every year. I look forward to it every single year. I love it. So until then, thank you for watching, and as always, have a blessed day.